Round the Bay of Mexico, where the sun shines daily on a mountain top. I took a trip on a sailing ship. When I reached Jamaica, I made a stop. But I'm sad to say I'm on my way. Won't be back for many a days. My head is down, my head is turning around. I had to leave a little girl in Kingston town.
And that is Raila Odinga singing Jamaican Farewell by Harry Belafonte. Of course, it's the Friday of 17th October, the day the whole country is mourning Raila Odinga, a great man, a man who has really fought for the country, and it's hard to believe that is normal. It's hard to believe that the country is now mourning his death. My condolences to the family, to ODM supporters, to the family first for losing a great man. I want to believe it's really a privilege to have such a man as your father, such man as your husband, your grandfather, and it's beyond all the accolades. He's a man who loves his family. My condolences also to the ODM supporters. They have really shown how much they loved Raila Odinga, how much they loved Baba. In his life and death, his spirit has really lived with us. And it is difficult to mourn such a man for the great things he has done for the country. Of course, my condolences also goes to Kenyans who believed in his cause, who believed in his ideology and ways he thought were best to change the country. It's difficult to mourn such a man for the great things he has done. His following was close to a cult, if it wasn't one. The Odium Brigade, the entire country, the politicians who relied heavily on him to give a sense of direction. That man is no longer here with us. He's a man whose life we cannot even summarize in a few titles. We cannot talk, no matter how long we make this video, because he has lived his life for more than 30 years. And every chapter, every year, every day is a story that for the great things he has done. And it's a great loss to the country, knowing that it will be difficult to replace Raila Odinga, to replace Baba. I've seen how people have been celebrating him from the first day, from the day he died on Wednesday, of October. That was on 14th, I believe. And I believe everyone in the country can remember that day and the moment when it was announced that the president, the people's president, was no longer there. And for the first few moments, because of the heated politics that were in the country, the reactions were very different. Yeah, and I can't blame people for it, because if you look at it, with him in this last moment joining Ruto, there was this sense in the first few hours, that sense of relief from people, and most who we could talk in the first hour, you could see them celebrate because Ruto has lost his ally. And when time went by, as time continued passing, you could see people move away from it and start thinking about Raila himself without Ruto. It was a very brief moment. Even myself, I was caught in it. I nearly took the camera and started recording, but I thought it wise to pause a little bit. I know for those in politics and those also in content creation, and those who are doing political analysis. There's always that urge to be the first to do something, yeah, and also be the first to bring these things on the internet. But at that moment, it took a lot of introspection to sit back and just observe what's really going, because we've never had this thing before. We've never had such an event before, where somebody or a great leader of the nation, this nation called Kenya, passed. A person who many believed he was immortal. There are people, especially his followers from the Western and Nyanza region. They believed this man, his word was final. So, and his influence does not even start from now, because if in all my life, yeah, since I was a child, we have seen Raila. I've heard of Raila even before I started following his politics. I started critiquing him, and his influence has never gone down, no matter what. From the first time I saw him in 2000, during the formation of the NAC government, in 2005, during the constitutional moments. Yeah, he has done so many things, and we have lived all our life in politics, knowing Raila as part of Kenyan politics, shaping how this country works. And there's so many things we can celebrate him for. There are so many things. I know he's a man who has had his flaws. He's a human being, and as we are always told in the good book, nobody is perfect, and everybody has their flaws. Despite the flaws, Raila has been a monumental person in the country, and that could be seen on the reception he got, on how the mourners took charge of his protocol. If we look at it, first, his arrival to the airport from India was one that was received in a way even the government could not imagine. I don't think the government anticipated such a crowd to show itself just to receive the body. It was a huge thing. To an extent, even the airport had to close. Had to close the Kenyan airspace. Had to close Jomo Kenyatta JKA airspace, because the remains of this man had arrived in the country. And big up to ODM supporters. Big up to Baba loyal fans. I've never seen so many people in tears. And that's the point I felt the pain they do. Yeah, I felt the pain that ODM and Baba supporters were going through, beyond the politics, beyond all the theatrics that happens in the Kenyan politics. He was a man who was genuinely loved, and he had fans and still has fans who can die for him. And we have seen in so many occasions people putting their life for him. When he says this is what we want to do, we are going for a demonstration in the country, his supporters from everywhere, they are ready to honor his word. They are ready to follow the direction he has given, and because they believe the direction that Raila Molo is giving is the right direction. Yeah. So for a person to gain such a trust, for somebody to gain such a following, is not a joke. Yeah. And as I said, it is close to a cult. They follow you without question. Whatever you say, it's final. And people actually come and request you to say. And it's not only for the Luo community or the Nyanza community. Of course, everybody has an origin, and his origins from the Luo community, who have also given him one of the best send-off. And the send-off for mostly people from Western goes with wailing, goes with showing emotions, goes with crying, goes with theatrics, and people are allowed to have the raw emotions of Baba, and knowing that he's not coming back again. So the Odium supporters, the way they showed up, the way they escorted their man, the way they stayed with their man to the last day, is loyalty that we've never seen in the country. There's nobody who has managed to pull such crowds in death and in his life. It is difficult to match that kind of energy. It's difficult. And we've had so many people pour in their tributes on how much great this man is. The people who are very personal to him, the people who are talking with him every time, they have really felt it, and they have spoken fond of him, a man who is very selfless, a man who listens to everyone, a man of the people. So beyond the politics we were getting, beyond the misinformation that people were getting, there was a man who was genuinely after, who Kenyans really believed in his cause, believed in democracy. And there are so many things that we can credit Raila for. Even the ability to speak freely on the internet, the ability to express myself the way I want, the democracy we're enjoying today is not something easy, especially in Africa. Yeah, it's not something you just it's difficult to explain to other African nations the privileges we're enjoying. And the good thing is Raila was part of it, and he has lived all the time. He has come, he has lived through the decision he has made until his age of 80. It's a ripe age. It's a good age that many people might not see that kind of age. It's difficult for people to get to around 80 and above. So for this, we just want to thank him for the sacrifice that he has made, for the tears he has shed for the country, for the rallies, for the nights that he has spent fighting for the nation. We thank him for the daring belief that one day Kenya would rise beyond the divisions. We has been labeled as one of the tribal leaders, but he's above that. We've seen his supporters from everywhere, from Mombasa, from Ukambani, from Central, from Rift Valley. And we could see from the friends he has kept a diverse group of friends, a diverse advisors who he talk with, the friends he keeps, and the supporters he has. It's not easy, and it will be difficult for the country to get such a person anymore. So today is just about Raila, because it's the mourning day. It's a day we are mourning as a country, and we have to see the goodness that he has done. He has been part of Kenyan history for a long time. If any political event, any major political event we've had, be it elections, be it petitions, be it referendums, be it what, he has been in the middle of it. And not even by choice, by the fact that people want him to be there. People want to see his face, people want to hear his voice. And the wailing from the mothers, how it's like they lost a father. If you see his staunch supporters, they are those of us who've read him through history, experienced him mostly during his recent political activities, but especially the young people don't have an idea of how big this man is. And maybe with time that now he's rested, is out of Kenyan politics, maybe now it will be time for the young people to go back and read his history, reflect on his life and get something or get the inspiration to push for a better country. Yeah, we should not let his flame die. We should not. We have to lead with the same courage. We have to have the same audacity that the Right Honorable Raila Odinga had, and also serve with the same heart. There are very few people who can serve with the heart that Raila has served for this country. So as we mourn him, as he rests, may his dream for this country never sleep. May his dream remain in our hearts. May we follow his footsteps. May his words be the compass, the right direction for the country. We've seen where the morning. We've seen the attendance at Nyayo. We've seen the dramas, and we've seen how he has fought this fight to the last day. We have to have a country that everybody wants to emulate him when it comes to constitutionality, when it comes to obeying the rule of law, when it comes to putting matters of peace ahead. Yeah, we might question some of these decisions because they are political. When it comes to politics, you cannot please everyone. But whatever decision you have to make, you make those decisions that you believe are best for the country. So his body, of course, is gone. We are in day 2 of mourning, but his spirit is now just awakening. His spirit is now dividing and is being born again in so many souls, in so many hearts, in so many Kenyan hearts. Yeah. His death is not an end of the country, because in reality, death is just the beginning of a new way of remembering his contributions. Is trying to live to the dream that he had provided for the country. So as I sit here as a young Kenyan with dreams of being into leadership, with dreams of trying to change the country, it feels that there's a huge weight to his legacy. Even if you try to live to his age, it is difficult to get that amount of following, especially now and the way Kenyan politics is now. Yeah. So we are going to see a lot of changes, and that's the reality of things. As the enigma rests, as we charge our new path as a country, and you can just feel, and if you look keenly at how Kenyans are feeling, if you look at Kenyans when you are walking through the streets, if you even interact with people through this period, you can see that there's actually a loss. There's a very big gap that has been left. So we have to soldier on, and we have to see how politics will be in the coming days. We have to see when he has rested and finally he has been put in the grave. His remains have been put in the grave, and people start living a country, living a life without him. That's when it's going to hit us. In this mourning period, we are seeing his body around, so we feel like he's still around. But I think when we wake up on Monday morning, when it's no longer here, that's when reality will hit us. We are on our own. We have nobody to run to. Even the President Ruto himself doesn't have somebody to run to. Kenyans themselves don't have somebody to run to. ODM supporters have nobody. Nyanza region remains vacant. That seat remain absolutely empty. And it might not take even one person to fill it. It might take number of people and a long time for that seat to be filled. So for this video, I just want to thank Right Honorable. May he rest well. May his footsteps be our map in the country. May his words that he has spoken to us in many occasions and we put them in tape, may those words be our compass. And may the love that he has shown the country be our internal lesson, so that we can love the country more. We can show more love. We can show more and extend grace to our fellow Kenyans. So rest well, Baba. You ran a good fight. You ran a good race. You fought a good fight, and because of you, we know freedom has a name. Raila Odinga is forever in our hearts, and the people's president and the father of nations' conscience. Rest in peace.
He has talked to me several times. As a family, I know him as a personal level. He has helped me so much. I am what I am because of him. And this day is the worst day. It's so sad. Just to imagine. Since yesterday I've been traveling, I've been in town. I was not lucky to see him. I've been born again on Sunday. We'll be traveling to Kericho today to join the Kericho branch leadership for the ODM party. And I will be going. They've been asking me whether I've been able to see the family. My condolences to the family, Ida, and the entire family. I can't mention by name now. I've never slept. I just came in the night here because I thought I would not get the time to be in. But thank God I'm waiting for him to see him now.
I'm so sorry, sir, but
I come to say goodbye.
Where are you going?
It's not a little trip.
Charlie, will I ever see you again?
Sure you will, kid. You know, goodbyes aren't forever.
Then, goodbye, Charlie. I love you.